G'day everyone and welcome to the round 2 of the ANZCRL Combined Racing League Toyota 86 Championship. I'm as always your host Sato15 and with me in commentary box is Mike Pegasus.
Good evening, how are we all? Looking forward to another exciting race after the first one.
Yeah, so am I. So I've got to address a little thing too. I've got to apologise for the broadcast cutting out at the end of the first round there. Unfortunately my internet just killed itself, so I lost got kicked out of the lobby and I lost the entire stream, so that's why it cut short. So we'll get Pegasus was still in the lobby though, and I think he has the results for the finish of round 1.
Yeah, so for round 1 we had Colonel Lloyd out in front by a decent margin, followed by Taipan who kept it straight all the way through. Then Lockie made up quite a few places. We had Simo spin out a bit early, and then he managed to get past Right Soa late in the race. Right Soa finishing 4th. Simo chasing Right Soa down another 4 laps. I reckon he might have got him, but finishing 5th. Then Dado Racer had an incident early on, kept it on the track and brought it home, and then we had Woody Lizard finishing in 7th. He had a late race incident which dropped him back. So interesting to see. So out of that race, the fastest 3 was Lloyd, Taipan and Simo, but they didn't finish in that order. And the other 4, Lockie, Right Soa, Dado and Woody, are all about the same time. So I wonder if it'll play out the same in this race. Still have the 3 fastest, different track, different surface. Interesting to see how that goes.
It's like 1.5 seconds separating the entire field at the moment is really close. So if it stays as is, it's going to be a cracker.
Let's go. Let's see who's running what fuel. Give us a better idea. So
Lloyd with the 28
Lloyd
meters.
Pretty heavy. Woody pretty heavy. He's heavy. Taipan, he's running light. And Dado's heavy. Simo's running light as well. And Right Soa's running light. So Dado's doing well. He's running. Oh, there we go. Simo's just come through 50 miles. So, but you look at those times. The top 3 are running at about like 8 litres of fuel. Dado's got like 25, he's only 0.1 off the pace, so he could be the dark horse in this race.
Yeah, it was big.
Right Soa, anytime, anywhere, and he was there.
Oh man, and he cleaned up one of the advertising boards as well, so sponsors are not going to be, the sponsors will be docking his pay for that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, as I said, hashtag anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
He's coming to pits.
Yeah, into the pits goes Right Soa. Not a bad idea to get a practice pit stop in. It's very likely that these guys will be making a pit stop because the rain is expected to roll through during the race. It's going to start dry. We know that, but we don't know when the rain's going to come through, if it will at all. So it's all up in the air.
We got Lockie. Oh. Yeah, so how far, it's going to be interesting, how far are they going to be able to run on the slicks? How hot have they got their tyres? When it starts to rain, I think you might get 2 or 3 laps. Depends how heavy it is. I wonder what the forecast is.
Well, Dado will be looking for redemption in this race, and he's only 3/10 off the fastest time at the moment, so he might get that redemption if he can keep that form going. Lockie crossing the
Lockie.
line.
His car is very loose around those last 2 corners. He's in 3rd.
The car's pretty quick, and if you can keep it on the track, he might be a good smoke in this race. Lloyd down in 6th is a big surprise considering the massive speed advantage he had at Sonoma Raceway.
Dado nice and smooth through there.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's just a classic Dado way, really. It never looks like he's going quick, but then all of a sudden he just punches out a quick lap time. You go, how the hell has he done that?
Yeah. Looking good. We
Lloyd
got
in the,
our Taipan.
Lloyd in the pits, so
See Lloyd. Lloyd's in the pits. Taipan, this will be his last run. He's got 2 litres left.
oh,
Out on the Astro.
wonder if that's
Car's very loose through there.
Mm.
I think that's because of light fuel.
Yeah, probably, but also it's just the nature of the truck is that if you're not smooth with the car, you're going to be sideways. That's why a driver like Dado will go really well here because very smooth with the car, and he'll be able to keep that car in check. Would he be?
Bit of damage there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he might have hit that wall at the exit.
He's on a fast one.
Yeah,
He's up on his time.
yeah, and he's close in.
He could have run that curve there.
But he close in within a second on the previous lap as well. So just finding speed at the right time here, I reckon. Would he, or he's lost a bit of time in that second sector? But can he gain some time in the final 2 corners? As he exits the final corner now, can he power his way down the finish line and improve his lap time and get within a second of Simran Racing? He does, 10th quicker.
He does.
Moves up into 6th place. Now Lloyd from 1st to worse.
That last turn, it's how much can you cut? That's going to be the key there. How much can you cut that corner and not get a slowdown? Because there is so much time if you get that right. Oh, Woody's up again, 0.2. He's on it.
Yeah. He's found some real... Oh! Already his tyres might have heated up a bit too much. That's gonna be the battle around here because the rear tyres will be working a lot trying to keep up with the front. I'm betting these guys will all be running the soft tyre. Here's Lloyd. He'll be looking to get off the bottom of the list. Still running a lot of fuel though, Lloyd, so...
Yep.
Couldn't improve that time.
Down on his best time.
This could be the story of the weekend if Lloyd can't match the top guys. As I've just seen Dado's name pop up to the top of the sheet.
Dado's up. Lloyd's up on his time.
Oh, right on that curb. Oh, and that's Taipan behind, just getting very loosey-goosey.
Taipan's gone.
Yep, back into the pits.
Lost a bit of time in that sector.
Yeah, but he's up. And can he gain that bit time through the last sector? It's all about keeping it smooth in that final sector to get the good lap times out. Shifts into 5th and across the line he does improve, he's up into 6th. But he's still a fair way off where he was in the first session, so still fighting Lloyd.
What else we got on there?
Oh, there goes Dado.
Wide.
That's he's in 4th. Simo's just come out of the pits. If I was Simo, I'd be backing it off just a little bit, just give himself a bit of room so he can charge off and do that quali sim.
He's got enough time to get round, get some heat in those tyres. He's still got 53 seconds to go. He's about halfway around the lap.
Oh. Simo just disappeared. Oh no, he did what I said he should do, just back off.
He's heard you, yep. He's tuned into the stream, mate. He's heard it, he's back
telepathy.
off. Let's jump on board with him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Jump onto the roof camera. That's Simo.
Roof. Yep, better view. Can't see nothing out his windscreen.
Yeah. God, hamburger can. He's 2 tenths down in that first sector, so he's made a meal of turn 1. His tyres will still be cold.
Practice is over.
Yeah. Drivers will be
Busy
finishing
braking
the
here.
final laps.
100.
Oh, he's
The
a 10th
50.
up. Oh, but he's just run wide. That second to last, that's going to
Let's
hurt
run
him.
wide.
To final corner, very sketchy in the exit. Can he improve his time and go fastest in this practice session? No, he could
No.
not. And he finishes 600ths of a second behind Dado, which is very incredible.
How's Dado going to run with his with light fuel though in a quali session? That's the question.
That would be interesting. So
Can he
Dado's
hold
actually
it on the track.
Dado's turned himself around and gotten first place in the practice session with Simo in second. Lockie being Mr. Consistent in third. Rotsow down in fourth with Taipan fifth. Colonel Lloyd in sixth. And Woody's still rounding out the bottom of the grid. And look at that, the rain's already falling here in this qualifying session. So 5 minutes of
Need to get out fast. Interesting to see, there's only a second covered the whole field then.
So
So just coming out, I think Right Sail was the first on the track.
So making the fewest mistakes will pay dividends in this
Oh, that looks quite
session
heavy.
and in
Oh,
this
there's
race. Oh, look at those.
and
Yeah.
there's spray already, so you'd have to come out on wets.
Yeah, get on wets and get out now. Because the conditions are only going to get worse the longer this qualifying session goes. Well, I wouldn't be touching those curbs too much, right, Sawa? It would be quite, those painted white lines will be quite slippery. Oh, and as I said, they caught the pit entry line and it's just slid.
Bit of drifting skills there.
That's some good car
across the
control.
line. It's really got the spray going.
Yeah, right, so now on flying lap. Oh!
Oh, and he's
now he's
binned
not.
it. Right.
Too much
Now he's
curb.
not.
As I said, stay off the curbs when it's wet. They're very, very slippery.
This is it. When it's wet, you just got to bank a lap. Get that first lap in.
Here's
The
Lockie.
time. Once you got a time, push a bit harder.
Well, Lockie was very narrow at that turn 2. There you go. Smart stayed off that curb to that left-right sweeper. Heading towards now, across the second sector split and into the final 2 corners.
Turn 5.
Yeah, nice and
Yeah,
careful
neat.
through the second to last. Now into the final corner. Nice and smooth again.
It does it well. Here he comes. What's it going to be?
Lloyd's done a 105.5. Lockie 57.5.
57.5.
Okay, so he's
behind him
only-
we had Woody.
It's only 4 seconds off the dry weather pace. So Lockie's done well there. And Taipan's pipped
Sorry,
Lockie off.
it's
He's done a
Taipan.
56.7.
Yes. Sorry, I thought it was Woody's car in the background. It was Taipan's. That's Woody going. Simo's just gone 57.
Yep. There's just 1
Lloyd
second
gone
separating
fastest,
the cars.
56.
Where does Woody go? He goes 5th. I think that was just an outlap.
7.
Same with Right Solar. And Dado
It's
yet to
fine,
set
Lloyd.
a
He's the
time.
fastest.
Second fastest
Yet to
for
set a
Lloyd.
time. Oh, we say that. And Dado's gone fastest, just as you said that.
Yeah, so
I
Dado's.
think he likes his track.
Yeah. Well, he's come
Did
out.
he
with
call in
vengeance.
here on his European vacation?
Yeah.
Went to Europe earlier. Maybe he called in, he did a bit of a recce around the Red Bull Ring, setting himself up for this event.
Right, so I was back in the pits. I want to get on the track as quick as possible because the track conditions will only get worse and worse as the session goes on. Taipan now fastest with the
Taipan
56.
fastest.
Lloyd, where does he go? 56.6.
Didn't improve.
Here comes Dado.
Woody's improved.
Can he? Knock Taipan off at first with 1 minute left in this session. He'll get one lap, maybe two in. Dado. He did improve the 56.3, but not quite quick enough to get first. But he'll go again. Clock's running down in this qualifying session. Lockie now also within a tenth. Look at that split! Dado 4/10 up
half a second,
on his
Dado.
passes.
We better stick with this one.
Oh, this could be a
This looks
ripper.
like a pole lap.
They're going to hype this one up 4/10 up in one split on the shortest track in the calendar. He's still 4/10.
Lost a little time, but he's still doing well. One corner to go. Can he keep it together? No puddles. Or runs it right to the ragged edge.
Here we go.
Just gotta
Across
stick
the
boot
line.
in now.
Dado. Will he go to the top? Yes, he does.
Yes,
Only
he
2/10
does.
quicker, but a 56.1 puts him on provisional pole. Taipan is in the pits. Lockie is still out on track though. Will he improve his time?
He just invalidated his lap.
Oh,
He
that is so
just
unfortunate.
missed out.
56.2. What about Lloyd?
In front of Lloyd. Just trying to find his right side. Oh, he's gone
right,
wide.
so it's run wide, so that'll be an invalidation. There's Simo across the
Simo's next.
final corner, and there's Lloyd behind Simo. Lloyd actually looked pretty quick at that final corner. Didn't run quite so wide, but see where Simo goes. He doesn't improve. What about Lloyd? He doesn't improve either.
Oh, I missed. Who's that? Woody? Oh,
Yeah, Woody
qualifying
was
over.
the last across the finish line, but he stayed in 7th. So Dado Racer, after the troubles at Sonoma Raceway, he has gotten pole position, and Taipan Mr. Consistent in 2nd, and Lockie again consistently staying in 3rd. Lloyd has dropped down the 4th. Rotso is staying in 5th. Simo down in 6th, and Woody Lizard rounds out the back of the grid once again in 7th.
Well, there we go. So, when it comes to this track in the wet and the dry, Dado's the man to beat. It's all going to come down to when they pit. Who's going to pit?
When's the rain coming?
When's the rain coming?
Because it's going to be starting dry, but very overcast conditions here in Austria.
Here we are. So we'll quickly run through while they set up. Dado on pole. Taipan in 2nd. Lockie in 3rd. Lloyd in 4th. Right, so in 5th. Managed to get a good time in after his troubles early on. Simo back in 6th. And Woody at the rear. Alright, the all-important turn 1. What's going to happen at turn 1? Are they going to keep it clean? They're going to fight for the lead here because, well, I don't know. Like you say, when the rain comes, I think you can go at least one lap, so maybe 2 around this short circuit. So being in the lead will dictate when you come into the pits. And will you drag everyone in with you? Or will someone try to get an undercut on the wets? It's tough.
Well, that's the tough part about leading the race, is that you are the pioneer for the entire grid. So the cars behind will be able to gauge off the leader how slippery the track is. But of course that is us depending on the rain rolling in. But with ×2 time progression, we imagine that it will start raining maybe around the 15-minute mark, 20-minute mark, somewhere around there.
Let's have a quick look at fuel, eh? So we've got Dado on 32, and from the last race, he was right on the money with his fuel. Taipan's got a bit heavier. Lockie, so he's hedged his bets between those two. 13. Look, right Sala, he's going to fuel. He comes in. On the looks of it, he's going to try and jump him at the start. Simo 38, and Woody on 30.
Here we go. We're underway for round 2 here at the Red Bull.
Oh, Simo's got a blinder of a start again.
Oh.
Look at that, he's nearly up to 2nd.
Yeah. So he got a good jump. He's in 3rd at the moment. Taipan's held on to 2nd. Lockie has been swamped. I thought I heard his car bogged down, and he is going to struggle to not be last by the end of turn 2. But
Right,
Dado.
so did he pull the right move? Having to put fuel in at the pit stop.
Oh, right, so he's lost it. He was on the grass on the right hand side. He's actually been able to save it. But, that was so close between Rightsoa and Lockie.
That was so close.
That's actually compromised Lockie's run, and Lockie's now vulnerable to Woody. No, Woody's... Lockie spun it.
Lockie spun.
He'll be livid with that.
Yep. Settling down now. Yeah, so he got balked by Rightsoa, lost his rhythm, and yeah, missed the braking point into the final turn. On board with Taipan. Sitting back, Dado's clearing out in front. Simo, what a blinder of a start from Simo. He's worked out how to get these cars moving and get them moving fast. He needs to go and watch his data, I think, and see how he's doing it.
Yeah. Well, he's not jumping the start, so he's right on the money. He's now pressuring Taipan for second place. Now start lap number 3. But even close behind Simo is Lloyd, so pretty much the front runners
good
race 1 are 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But look at that, Dado already pulled out his 1 second lead over Taipan Samurai.
No, you're not meant to barrack, but go Dado. Simo's run wide.
Simo's run wide.
Let's give him Lloyd a chance, I think.
Yeah, very vulnerable now is Simo. Can Lloyd get a good run on him into the second to last corner? It is a tough track to pass here, we'll say, around the Red Bull Ring. There aren't comparable slow corners for these cars. Your best bet is probably turn 1 or turn 2.
Yep, turn 1. Get a good run out of here. Early on the power, get in the draft. Hard on the brakes in turn 1.
Like, you're not quite
Any
close
place.
enough though.
So are they able to manipulate their gears in these cars for this series, or they separate?
Oh no, Rightsoa.
Oh, Rightsoa's gone off.
Yep, he spun it at turn 1.
He's trying to go into pits the wrong way.
Well, we saw him have issues.
Lockie,
We saw him have issues at turn 1 in practice and in qualifying. So it might be the setup of that car. He's just, oh no, cut back to Rightsoa because he might have just put himself into the wall. Oh, looks clean. I reckon he just got away with that because that tie wall goes right up next to the track at turn 2, and I saw Rightsoa drifting off the track there.
Yeah, I think his car is a bit unsettled because he doesn't have the correct fuel in it, so he's battling. He's battling like a light vehicle early on.
Yeah, he's into the pits now. That was a very late call for the Rightsoa to pull into the pit lane. This is a very early pit stop.
Very early pit stop. So while he's taking that, let's get back to this battle.
Yeah. With Simo still holding on to 3rd. He's running wide there, so that might be his line through turn 2.
He's running wide.
Might be,
yeah.
Here we go. Lloyd is
I think
on
he's
here.
just going deep.
In the section goes Lloyd, and now pulls down to the inside line as they're heading to the second to last corner. Who will be the last of the late breakers? It's Simo, but Simo's run wide. Can Lloyd get a
Simo balked him there, and Lloyd bailed out.
Oh, that's a...
Or did he cut the corner there? Is that a slow down?
Yeah. Don't know.
Seemed
Lloyd,
like a lot.
did Lloyd get a good exit? He can't quite pull alongside into turn 1 as here's Rightsoa exiting the pits now, so he's actually lost a lap, Rightsoa. He'll be spewing.
And he's got to come back in if it rains.
Yeah, it's just been a horror race for Rightsoa. But Simo proving once again that he has the widest Toyota on the planet. I wonder if he's actually put a Toyota 86 skin over a Toyota Hilux.
Well, it's
on the drone cam at the moment. Brand new innovations to sim racing. You can show you unique camera angles not seen in real world racing.
Who's braking where? Lloyd's just braking a bit earlier there. Over and wide out the turf. Who's braking where here? About the same. Yeah, here we go. So this is where Simo runs wide.
Yeah, I think Simo does that on purpose, but he does compromise his run a little bit through here. This is where Lloyd has the advantage, but he just can't quite get close enough to have a dive.
Lloyd turned in about the right time and then pulled out of it there.
Yeah, Lloyd didn't turn in early enough for that final corner. Just Simo's now got a little bit of a buffer, but not as big a buffer as what Dado has to Taipan. That was up to 2 seconds at one stage.
It
Yeah,
was.
something around there.
Still about 2 seconds. Let's get onto this. Let's have a look at bumper cam. See how close he can get under brakes.
Well, he's lost a bit of time, Lloyd, in this first sector. So maybe he had a slowdown or something.
It's a better line.
Into the final corner, Lloyd goes.
Yeah, good line through there, early on the power.
It'll take a while for Lloyd to make any headroom. In fact, the biggest gain might even be in the pit lane. But look at that, Simo's actually close right up to Taipan. Taipan's run wide, as has Lloyd.
He has.
And Taipan's looking vulnerable to Simo Racing. So all of a sudden the tables have turned. It used to be Simo under pressure from Lloyd, and now Lloyd's putting the pressure on Taipan.
This is just allowing Dado to settle in. Take it easy. We've still got the rain to come.
Because Taipan Samurai's one of our more experienced drivers in the field. So he's used to this kind of pressure in the multitude of different championships that he's run with Oz and Z Combined Racing League over the years. But can he stop Simo
Here we go,
Racing
side by side.
from passing?
He's got the run.
He has got
He's
the run.
squeezing him.
Oh, it's so close.
How close? Was.
Taipan's
Simo
able to hold on
compromised,
for
didn't it?
now.
He had the
It's
tight
into
in, so
turn
he's
two.
slow out.
That was great defending from Taipan. He pushed Simo to the right hand side of the track and then swung back to the left so as to not compromise his own line while compromising the line of Simo. So that shows you the experience that Taipan has over probably most drivers in this field except for Woody, Lloyd and Dado.
Have a look at those times. Half a second across the field for that lap.
Yeah. Yeah, very.
It's a shame they're not all within distance of each other.
Well,
It's pretty
close
consistent.
for
Oh,
them.
Lloyd runs wide.
Oh,
Here we go again. The drag down the straight. I think Simo's got it done this time.
yeah, it was much closer this time entering that straight. That's
Pulls it up.
Taipan very close to
Great
Simo,
driving.
but Simo now
And that's
into
allowed
second
Lloyd to
place.
close in.
Yeah, now Lloyd's going to
Yeah,
have
that was
a
good
look.
driving for no one to tap there.
Yeah, that shows you the driving skill of all the drivers. This is of course Division 1. We have 2 divisions for this series. Division 2 being broadcast by Shads over on Twitch.
Simo's pulling away.
Yeah, Simo's got a lot of speed in that Toyota, as has Lloyd, but Lloyd's just got to get past Taipan.
So how are these tyres holding up? What do you reckon? This track, you'd be cooking the left front, wouldn't you? Hard on the left front.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of high speed corners.
Yeah, especially the last 2. Oh, drops of rain. Here we are. Can see a few drops of rain.
So here it comes, with 15 minutes left in the session. This is going to prove very interesting.
What do you do? What do you do? How far do you go? You go, oh, I'll go one more lap, but the tyres cool off pretty quickly, and then it becomes an ice skating rink. You come in too early. If you come in too early, what happens to your wets? Do you overheat them? Not enough water on the track. There's an optimum time. Gary will have his work cut out for him calling them in. Oh, and there he goes to right side off in the background.
Yep, and Lloyd was just making a move on Taipan as well.
Spins back out in front of Woody.
Oh, Taipan was able to... I just saw right at the front of the screen when right side spun was Lloyd was looking for him to make a move on Taipan Samurai, but he obviously couldn't quite get the move done, and Taipan lives or survives for another lap. But, oh no, Lloyd!
Oh, Lloyd!
Oh, he hit the wall hard.
He was there. He hit the wall. Just pushing just a bit hard.
Yeah.
Obviously these tyres might be starting to cool a bit.
So
He grabbed the curb though.
Wonder how much damage Lloyd got. Can he hold out for another few laps until the wet period comes?
Oh, I might have called myself in then. Give yourself a chance to settle. Take a deep breath. Get your car ready for the wet.
Well, it's that's the thing though.
So lucky now for the viewers. Now they've all separated. Much happening. Come on, Huey, send it down. Let's get this race interesting.
Yes, Simo's been probably the fastest guy on track for most of this race, and he's making inroads on Dado.
Let's have a look at our times. What we got? Dado's got the fastest lap. And you can see everyone's running into 53s except for me. Everyone else into 53s. There's only 0.3 between their best laps.
Yeah. The raindrops are still falling here in Spielberg.
White Sail's back in the pits.
So has he
got some damage?
Or has he blinked and putting the wets on?
I think he has. He's not very good in the wet. For the few races we've had in the wet this year, he's been a bit slower than most cars. So I'd say he's got damage.
We just had a change of positions. Woody's just had a spin or something, and Lockie's moved himself up into 5th place.
Yeah, so track's obviously turning.
Yeah. Well, on our cameras, it still looks reasonably dry. It'll be a bit greasy, no doubt, but the cars should still have enough grip to punch out very similar lap times to what they've been doing.
Let's have a look from bumper cam. Yeah, it all comes down to tyre temperature. How cold is the track? Keeping the heat in the tyres. It still looks reasonably dry there.
Bumper
Maybe it's just
all the cars on the field. So some great pictures here, showing how Woody Lizard drives this circuit. Always run a bit wide there at turn 1. And there's Russell, is just rejoining the race. Going through turn 2.
Right, so it still looks reasonably dry. Sometimes it's more psychological than anything else.
Oh, here we go. Type in the first guy that blinkers, Woody, off into the gravel. He just caught the curb and the tiny bit of water. It only takes a little bit of water on those curbs, and they become so slippery. As the rain's actually picked up here.
Let's check out Taipan.
Yeah, here's Taipan.
Taipan got damage on that car?
I don't know. I reckon this is a swap over to wets because the rain's picked up quite a bit. We've got 10 minutes left in this race. But everyone else is staying out.
Down a lap.
Yeah, Taipan's the first, definitely the first. He's actually been parked there a very long time, so maybe it was damaged. Maybe he has crashed.
He's heading off somewhere. Here comes Dado. Dado's going to put a lap on him.
They're gonna put Taipan a lap down. for now.
There
But
they
look
go.
at that, Simo's close in
Simo's
within a
close.
second. Simo is flying.
He has. He's flying.
So these two guys had troubled races at Sonoma. They come over to the cold Austrian weather, and with the wipers going on the windscreens, they are the two fastest guys on the track. Oh,
Look at that, just blowing in across there.
Yeah, the rain's almost gone sideways. It's blowing quite heavy, and there's a bit of spray coming up off the tyres now. So getting very close
On the pit.
to pit stops now.
On the pit.
Dato's staying
gonna
out,
go
so
another
is
one.
Simo.
Oh. Interesting. Dato, I think Dato should have maybe come in then. Simo seems a bit better in the transition period. We saw that Dato was fast in the wet.
I still
off
reckon if they're still pumping out the 54s, it's probably best to just stay out on these slick tyres. It's gonna be slower than in the dry, but you're still going faster when you put those wets on.
True. We've got 8 minutes to go. Well, we've got about 8 laps to go.
So I wonder what the
Through there.
pit deltas are for this track. 'Cause this is brand new territory for us, having a pit stop in the races. With 25-minute sprint races, you don't tend to think the pit stops will come in, but with these interchangeable conditions, it has necessitated a pit stop. With these guys currently on soft, slick tyres with very little grip. And look at that, Simo right up the backside of Dato Racers. They enter turn 1. Will he be able to make a move this lap by?
And getting back to your pit stops, it's quite a long pit lane here for the size of the lap. So I'm thinking you're looking at least a half a lap in time when you come into the pits. Maybe more, because we're only going. Let's see if I can pull a map up.
Well, look at that, tyre pan.
Look at that pit lane, half the lap.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
just
probably
seeing
is a
there,
lap.
Taipan did a 56.5 on that previous lap on the wet tyres, so obviously these guys still 2 seconds faster than Taipan, so you want to be staying on. Oh!
Simo wide.
Simo wide, and a bit of a wobble there from Dato as well. So these guys are struggling in these conditions. They're still pumping out 54s, 55s.
This is where the battle is. Hard to look away at the moment. Nothing else happening on track.
We have
Surely it's getting better now.
6 minutes left in the race, so here's the question. Is anyone going to be brave enough
there's a
to stay
sheen
on
there.
these slick tyres?
There's a nice sheen there now. It's about time to call it to come in, I think. Don't want to throw it away now.
Here he
just
comes,
as we
Dato
say that,
into the pits.
Here comes Dato.
Has Simo followed him? I think he has, based on those time deltas. Yep, Simo. Dato and Simo first and second into the pits. And now it's the battle of the pit crews.
Will Lloyd come in?
Just to see who can come out on top.
This Taipan unlapping himself.
Yep.
I think it is. Taipan pulls the lap back.
So here you go.
Lloyd's in as well.
Yep.
Battle of the
three
pit
into the
crews.
pits.
They're all lined up.
Will Lockie come in, or will he take the punt and stay out? No, he's come in as well. Right side
Lockie's
is
in.
staying out. I think he might be on the...
I think he would have already been on the wets.
Would have thought.
He's 2 laps down.
Or maybe he'd be taking a
Yeah, I
gamble
think
to
so.
try and gain some time back. But here we go, the top 4 cars all in the pit lane. Is that Woody staying out?
That's Woody staying out, I believe.
It is. So
Gotta
Woody's
know as he's
making a
going. Oh,
massive
Simo's
gamble.
jumped.
Oh,
Simo's
look at
jumped
that.
Dato in the pit stops.
So the Team Nitto Tyres team have done a much better job in their pit stop than the Project Cars team. Ugh, I probably shouldn't say that because we're streaming on the Project Cars game. But poor Dato would be
Now,
spewing.
He will be.
And look at that, Taipan's actually got
Anyway, he
back
was
out in
fast.
front of Lockie.
Right in front of Lockie. He's only 4 seconds behind Lloyd, and he's had a couple of laps to get up to speed on these wets, whereas these guys are all coming out, testing the limits of the grip.
But guy
And we
in
got
lead,
about 4 laps to go.
Woody leaves it out in front. And he's still out in front. He's making a massive gamble to try and hold
is.
on. And maybe
Let's
flick
get
a
to
win
Woody.
or a podium. We have 4 minutes to go.
Oh, he's struggling.
He's very struggling. It's very slippery out there, and look at the car wavering as it's struggling for grip. Now Simo and Dado are right behind Woody.
He's not going to be able to hold him off.
No.
It's a matter of time.
Oh, this has hurt
Oh, to
Simo.
get a tap there. It
Oh,
has.
Simo's
Simo's
gone.
lost it. And
Dado
takes
into
them
the
both.
lead. Oh my goodness me.
Oh. There's
What
Simo,
drama
here he
has
comes.
unfolded
Oh, he's lost
unfolded
out.
here.
Oh, and Lloyd's going to gobble him up as well.
Lloyd now into third.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, this is...
He's gone
Oh, Lloyd.
tragic.
Lloyd almost
Hangs
spun
on
it.
to it.
Now here comes Simo.
Fantastic.
Has he pulled alongside
Simo for the
Lloyd?
drag.
Yes, he has.
He's got an extremely fast car down
Yeah.
the straight.
Now Simo up into third place. This is unbelievable. We're in the final 3 minutes of this race, and we still don't know how it's going to play out. Dado has now cleared out in front. Oh,
Simo goes wide from Woody. He stays well away from him.
oh no, Woody's actually gone very
Once
slowly.
bitten, twice shy. Yes.
So Woody's going to be
He's struggling
ruined.
to bring it home now.
Yeah. Well, it was a gutsy call to stay out on those slick tyres.
Well, that's it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. He could have pulled off a great manoeuvre. The rate he's going, he's probably going to fall back behind Lockie anyway and finish where he was going to finish, even if he'd have come in and pitted. So, trying a different strategy. Almost paid off.
What this has done is pretty much gifted Dado a race win if Dado can keep it
It has.
clean. Look at Simo now pulling away from Lloyd. So Simo's been the fastest driver pretty much all race. And
Lloyd shaking it up.
yeah, and considering
Well, Dado's
Simo,
been
Simo,
Dado's been the outstanding driver all weekend. So, at the end
Well,
of
he
the
did
day, he
struggle
probably
at
deserves the
Sonoma.
win.
but that shows great character to have your trials and tribulations over at Sonoma, where you struggle to keep it out of last place. You come over here, changeable conditions, and you're out in front by 6 seconds. Just shows you the class
Yeah.
driver that Dado is. Here we
Yeah,
go, we've got
he's
2
doing
laps
it
to
easy
go, I
now.
think.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
they'll
touch and
just
go.
get a second lap in. Yeah. Maybe if he plays it smart and he's got 6 seconds, slow it down coming out the last corner. You don't want to drive further than you have to.
Or do that extra lap.
There's a
and
chance for something else.
if his competitors are marginal in fuel, by doing the extra lap, you could cause someone to do not finish, and it could upset the championship balance.
Let's have a look. So we got Simo's got plenty left. He's got 9 litres.
So he's got
Lloyd's got
Lloyd
5.
pestering him.
My van's got plenty. Lockie's got plenty. Woody struggled to get another lap,
Yeah.
I think. And right, so he's pulled out of the way as Dado comes past the lapping line.
Dado's starting. Come across the line now. So now we're on the final lap. The clock's
Final
run
lap.
up now, so the checkered flag will come out on the next time they cross the finish line. Colonel Lloyd is battling away to try and sneak second place. Lloyd's had a
Is he going to
ripper
force
weekend.
the issue? Oh, right, so, oh no, he's well out the way. Camera
Going
angle
away
was deceptive
in
there.
this guy's race.
Oh,
Lloyd
round
trying
the
to go around the
outside.
outside. Don't think there's going to be any room out there. especially with that tyre wall right up next to the track. Oh, he's lost it.
He's held it. Held it.
No, he
Oh
hasn't.
no, he hasn't. Oh, he just puts it away. Now he'll fall into Taipan's clutches. Can he keep? Oh no, plenty of space. Right, let's
Yeah,
get up to the leader. He's
yeah.
about to cross the line.
So what a drive
Fantastic
from Dado.
race from Dado.
Oh,
Oh,
Woody.
Woody just trying to make cones go flying.
But here comes
Trying
Dado
to get
across
on
the
the
line.
car somehow.
And he wins round 2 of the GT86 Championship. And what a drive from Simo. Started
Simo.
down in 5th or 6th place.
Taipan's got past Lloyd.
He has too.
We've missed that. Lloyd must have struggled to get back on the track.
Yeah. So Taipan would be blessed counting his lucky stars now. Out not to
Lucky.
lock into 5th
Right
place.
Salah.
Right Salah finishes down in last place in 7th. So what a rip and drive from
Yeah.
Dado.
That was. What a great race. If only we could sprinkle some rain through all these races, eh? Makes for interesting racing.
Well, what a ripper race that was. The changeable conditions really threw a spanner in the works to a lot of these drivers. I reckon.
Look at those lap times too.
I reckon that
There's
sort of
like,
race
what, there's
justifies
1, 2,
their-
3, 4. 4 of them within like point 0.3 of a second, 0.03 of a second between their fastest laps. Great stuff from all these guys. Let's see, what have we got? Woody Lizard, he's finished 1 lap behind, and right, so I've finished 3 laps down.
Well, we've got Colonel Lloyd joining the party. Our round 1 race winner. And unfortunately couldn't quite hold on to the podium in that second race. Bit of an issues at that fast sweeper at the back.
Just the struggle sitting behind someone in the rain in those cars.
Yeah, so tell us what happened in that last section. We saw we cut away as you went off track, and then Taipan's gobbled you up somewhere. Just a lack
I
of
was
grip.
busy adjusting my brake bias back towards the rear, but I went a bit too far, and that's caused me to spin out on the second last corner, which is where Taipan took me.
Okay, so the brake issue there.
Yep.
Otherwise, a good
But
race.
otherwise, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, well, you walk away with the championship lead, so you've done a ripper job, especially at Sonoma, where you just walked the entire field.
Yes. A lot of practice at that one, which did help. A lot more than what everybody else did, I think.
Yeah, and it showed. It showed on the day. Yeah, great drive in that first race. You had a good battle with Simo. Had a good battle with Simo early on, and then once Simo sort of dropped off and you had it easy from then on, you were able to just settle down and get into a rhythm.
I think I'm going to be battling with Simo most of this series by the look of it.
Yeah, well, 2 great battles in the 2 rounds so far. We're certainly looking forward to it.
Yes, it should be good. I can't wait. Better than having a walk in the park anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
So we're just looking. So obviously you like you're saying you practice a lot at Sonoma, and I'm guessing Simo practiced a lot here because he was fast in the actual race. Not in so much in qualifying and practice, but he mowed everyone down. He mowed Taipan down. He mowed Dado down in the end. He jumped in front of him in the pit stops. So yeah, he's a dark horse, Simo. He's been in the cockpit for quite a while.
Unfortunately,
He
Simo
will be if
in
he's
that race,
a little bit more consistent.
well, that second race, not necessarily his fault, because he got caught behind Woody, who stayed out on the slick tyres, and
Yes.
got bulked. That's where Dado passed Simo for the lead, and then Simo just spun out, trying to get around Woody. So very, very unfortunate timing for Simo.
It was.
That's the way things go. Where
Woody. That's right. Woody's trying the alternative strategy. Could have paid off. Maybe if the rain had come maybe 3 laps later, he would have been up there. But not to be.
I thought about it, but the car was just losing too much grip with about 6 minutes to go. I thought, nah, I gotta come in. And it turns out that's when everybody else came in.
yeah,
Yeah, we had Taipan come in, I think, 2 laps earlier.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit too early.
Yeah, we were looking at it. We jumped on the bumper cam there, and we were just calling the sheen on the track, and that's when everyone dived in. So it was about right. Maybe a lap early could have been the way, but yeah, Taipan just maybe 2 laps too soon. And we're not sure with Wright, so he had troubles all the way through. So I think he went to wets quite early in the piece. If he went to wets,
I think he had
all,
to spin quite early, couple of laps in.
yeah.
Yeah.
On the first corner, and I think maybe he pitted and his pit stop put wets on for him maybe at the start.
Yeah, we struggled the entire race through. But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in to this the broadcast. Sorry we had the internet drop out in round 1, but hopefully the great battles in round 2 have made up for that. So we're going to have a 1-week break. The next 2 rounds will be on the 17th of November. Round 3 being at the Nürburgring Sprint Short Circuit in thunderstorm conditions, so that's going to be tasty. And later that night on the 17th, we'll be heading off to the Texas Motor Speedway, and for a 25-minute timed race there, under lights too, so that should be fun. So I've been your host, Sato15, and with me in the commentary box was Night Pegasus. And
I'm still here. Thank you very much.
we hope to see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.